So it's just called cities.
Yes, it's not New York City. It's just cities.
So there's more than one city.
Yes, there is. Surprisingly, I know.
How many players?
None of them are named Cape Coral.
No, that's not really a city.
That's not really a city, no.
More of an annoyance.
more of a what is it now? It's underwater, pretty much. So
Yeah.
more of a
It's
ocean.
probably cleaner now.
Yes. Hello again, Misfits. It's time for another Under the Lid, and today we're taking a look at cities. This is by one of our favorite people, right?
Devir!
Devir. Well, I said one of. We have a few favorite people, but Devir is definitely up there with them. So Devir, excellent games, smaller boxes than you'd expect because they cram, they like Jenga this thing. It's like a clown surprise. It's like you open it and there's just tons of clowns. Do they do that anymore? Do clowns really come out of like carnival cars or no? We come out of board games. Well,
That would be your nightmare.
that would be my nightmare if I opened this and clowns came out. I'm scared of clowns. I hate clowns. No offense, sorry clowns, but I am scared of all of you. And they do live in cities, as a matter of fact, right? Pretty sure, right, Dawn? Clowns live in cities, like usually in the sewer area, right? Beckoning to small children.
Just in Stephen King movies.
I don't know. Really? Has anybody checked the sewers lately for clowns?
We just got alligators here.
Well, the alligators ate all the clowns, so we don't have to worry about them as much here. But yeah, one of the bad things.
Alligators dressed as clowns.
Oh my god, that's even worse. Jeez, that's too horrific to even imagine.
Well, look at all those components.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot. This would be the stuff that goes in cities. You know what goes in cities, buddy?
Blocks.
Locks. Yes, that's the appropriate answer. So these stack. Ooh.
Ooh.
Never have I been so enchanted by a stacking mechanism here, right?
Oh, that is cool.
Now it looks like the thing in front of the White House. Thank you. That's it. Is that the tall pillar thing that I see in the movies all the time? Thanks.
I just remember on Futurama they had a taller one. It was the Clinton Monument.
That sounds about right. I see it in the movies all the time. I can never remember the name of it. Sorry, I was taught in Florida schools. I bring this up often. So, actually, I teach in Florida schools though.
But you don't teach monuments.
But I don't teach monuments. I was just talking.
That's how you build your skyscrapers and apartment buildings.
Is this how we bougify the area? Is that it? Is there like here's the shops or whatever, and then above it you got your apartments or whatever?
Soda sopa.
Soda sopa.
Soda sopa. Welcome home.
There you go. There's your cue right there to put in the clip if Trey and Matt don't come after us. Which they play board games too, huh? Where are you, Matt and Trey? Come play some board games with us. We'd love to have you. I don't know, maybe we're too scary. We're too edgy for South Park.
We're just not in California.
Oh, that is actually part of it. Yeah, there was Dice Tower. Didn't they go on Dice Tower? Right?
Yeah, I thought he did it when they were.
Was
in
it
Vegas,
Dice Tower or
I'm
something
not
like that? I can't remember.
sure. I don't know.
I want to play with them though. All right, so we obviously have our cities here. We got our instruction booklet. Looks very clean. You've been tasked by the city council to put together a plan to transform a whole neighborhood in the city. You have the opportunity to build new housing and office buildings, parks, and leisure areas near the waterfront. If you manage to fill the requirements from City Hall and meet their expectations, there's a very good chance for you to get ahead in the game.
Cool.
We have... Oh, it looks like we have an app for this, I think.
There's an app too?
I don't know. It looks like there's an app on the back. Maybe I'm wrong, though. No, it's a card. My bad. It looks like it was like an app on a phone, but it's a card. So basically, we're trying to fulfill objectives to get points as a point-based game using city tiles that we put on the board. See? City tiles.
So you can just show me the stuff that's in the box.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there, buddy.
Entire rule book?
Yes, that actually is.
That is very shortened.
I think we learned this in
it's
like
a wafer thin.
5 minutes, pretty much.
This is not a rule book of a Devir game.
Hey, listen, they could do a light game. They're impersonating AEG today, okay? This is their waffles or whatever, right? Instead of waffles, they have cities. You know what I mean?
No, I'm thinking a Devir rule book is usually pages.
Oh,
pages,
no,
pages long.
please. I'm still reading the Salt and Sea rule book. I had to reread it 3 times because it's so thick. Get out of here. It's a bag.
A bag.
Bag of holding. Oh my God! I destroyed half the city. I'm Godzilla. Gojira.
Are you Godzilla -1?
Yes, I am. I was just talking about
You're
that
a
yesterday.
negative Godzilla.
I am. Yes, I am a negative Godzilla. I was just talking about.
Negativity. Is
Yes, somebody did it.
superpower.
Somebody in my class did a report on Godzilla. I was very proud of them. Shout out to Matt. Nigga, good job, buddy. Good job.
Wait, you have him doing book reports?
Yeah, I have him doing.
movie reports?
No. It was actually about radiologic disasters and anything in history. But Godzilla isn't just a movie figure. It is a representation of Japan's change in culture due to the bombings in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which they don't teach that in Florida schools, by the way. I'm sure. So, did you not know that? Do you know anything about this? You were taught in Florida schools too.
I just know Godzilla it beat Mothra and
So you know
and Godzuki was his kid. That's all I know.
Stay in school, kids, but better schools.
And I know that in America, when Godzilla fought King Kong won. But in Japan, Godzilla won.
Yes, that is actually also something I've known. The American Godzilla tends to differ from the Japanese Godzilla. You know what I mean? So if you like the American
He speaks
Godzilla,
English.
yes, I do speak English. Yes, he does speak. Yes, he also speaks English. But yes, they changed the versions for Godzilla and King Kong. And well, nowadays you just see obviously a complete. They work with Toho and they do their own versions, but you see like the difference between the Godzilla movies in America, right? They have big fights and everything, but like -1 is about right the changing culture in Japan. And I'm boring them. His eyes are glazing over right now as we speak.
Are
Anyway,
we talking about a board game?
we were talking about a board game. We got way off.
I don't have a little Godzilla to stop these buildings.
Listen, you talk about buildings, you want to talk about Godzilla. So anyway, here is obviously a marker probably for victory points. These are the player colors. And then you have your meatballs that build cities. Sorry, Devir, we get a little distracted. But you know what? You could have an expansion for this with Godzilla, right? You just need some licensing, right? Like come in and wreck the cities. Just a thought. I don't know.
I'm surprised there's not a good Godzilla board game.
There is Godzilla board games, and one of them by, I think it was Funko Games, was actually pretty decent, but it wasn't too deep. But it was fun. I have it.
There's no Funko game that's too deep.
No, not really, but they're good. Actually, I think Funko Games is out of business now, right?
Yeah,
I was
or they
gonna
got
say.
sold off to somebody else
And they
they're
got
using their
closed,
name
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah. So these are the tiles. Obviously, you stack these up. You got to put your cities on there. They're color coded for your convenience. Oh my goodness, what do we got going on here? We got all kinds of
There is
nonsense.
so much. It's another one of those little boxes that are so heavy series from Devir.
Honestly, this is a lighter box for Devir, and we're still pulling stuff out, right? So here is the... Dawn's going to have fun learning this game. I can tell already. She's getting excited.
I almost busted it open early just to get the rule book out the other day.
Venice. Why is Venice on here in Lisbon? I guess those
Because
are...
they're cities.
I guess they're cities. I was waiting for that because they're cities. Yes, very good. That was... You passed the quiz, Dawn. It was a pop quiz. Venice, I guess, because they're cities.
Very good.
New York City. Rio de Janeiro.
Her name
Ro-
is Rio.
And she dances on the set. Dude, we're so old. Do you know how old that song is now? Don't even think about it. Just don't even think about it. 40 years ago. Mexico City, Sydney.
It was not 40 years ago.
Yes, it was 40 years ago.
It was like 1980, what?
One,
3, 4?
No, more
Two.
than that.
It was like 81,
So,
82.
Okay, so it's 1980.
Maybe 3.
So it's like the 90s.
90s.
2000,
The
The
aughts.
2010s,
The 10s.
2020s.
Holy crap.
yeah. It's the 40 years ago. In the 80s, remember when we were growing up in the 80s? The 40s were as far away as the 80s are till today.
Okay, I'm out.
that's a depressing thought.
I'm gonna go get in my rocking chair and yell at clouds.
We were dancing to the song in the 80s. Meanwhile, in the 40s, World War II was winding up. That's how far away as the 80s are to today. that's oof.
I'm gonna need some
Oof.
therapy now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
never needed therapy before. Now.
If I mention that song to any of my students who are in their 20s and 30s, they will not know that song in any way.
No,
Yeah.
because it's not in the curriculum. They don't teach them the right things. They need to teach more Duran Duran in school.
Yeah, I guess. Sometimes I surprise them. I had to teach them about Chernobyl, which you think most people would know, but
You think
surprisingly,
they'd watch an HBO series?
I had to tell them about the HBO series.
Still haven't seen it yet, though.
It's very depressing. Very good, but very depressing. So
That was so long ago, it's probably all not radioactive anymore.
I'm sorry to break it to you. No, it's still very radioactive.
What is the half-life on plutonium?
More than a couple of lifetimes, I'll tell you that much. Well, more than a couple of lifetimes. Just put it this way. That's going to be, after we're all destroyed by climate change, that'll still be around.
Or Godzilla.
Or Godzilla. That'll still be around and radioactive.
What are you waving that around for?
I don't know.
got a
I
picture
don't
of
know.
it. I already got it.
Oh, okay. All right. So, guys, in a meandering ramble about various cities, we've opened all the cities. So this game,
looks cool.
this looks cool.
Look at all this stuff.
There isn't there, like I said, this is actually one of the lighter Devir titles, which I can appreciate. Although I like how they say "ouch." Okay, they're just.
It's another game.
It's
called
other
Ouch.
games. Ouch. There's a game called Ouch. That's a whole nother video. So guys, check this out. This looks like a lot of fun. I know I rambled a lot, but it looks like a good stacking building game where you're placing down tiles and building your cities to accrue points based on what's on these gold cards right here.
That's the gold cards that I was showing you earlier.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about, I don't know, some nonsense.
Some nonsense. Hey, that's what we do here at Misfits HQ, right? And I wasn't wrong
More
there.
games and nonsense. That's...
See, it's a phone on the back.
Oh, wow.
See, that's why it looks like a phone. I wasn't smoking crack.
Like, flip it back around.
See? It looks like a phone. That's why I said it's an app. Because it's made to look like a phone app. Very clever. I like that.
That's some stylish
This looks like
choices.
that is I like it a lot. This looks like a fun light game from Devir, guys. Check it out. We're gonna definitely be playing this one. Of course, until then, try to think of the positive things of cities, right? Not the horrible things like we do, right?
Yeah, don't go naming them.
Don't go naming them. I'm not gonna.
edit
No,
that
no,
out.
no. I'm not gonna name them anymore. We already edited that once, guys. Until then, hopefully Godzilla doesn't visit your city, and game on.